One day, the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, was walking through a graveyard in Medina with his companions. As they passed by two graves, the Prophet suddenly stopped. His face became serious, and he said, "The people in these graves are being punished." Now imagine this scene: the silence of the graveyard, the weight of the Prophet's words, and the reality that these individuals were suffering in ways unimaginable. But then, the Prophet said something weird. They are not being punished for a major sin, yet their sins are great. What were these great sins? 1. The first person used to neglect cleanliness when relieving themselves. They didn't protect themselves from being soiled by urine. 2. The second person was someone who spread calumnies, gossip, and slander, a practice we know as namima. Then, in an act of mercy, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, broke a green palm branch into two pieces. He placed one on each grave and said, "I hope that their punishment may be reduced as long as these branches remain fresh." The reality of the grave. Can you feel the weight of this story? Two people lying in their graves, seemingly at rest, but their souls are in torment. For what? Neglecting basic cleanliness and using their tongues to harm others. Let's reflect on this. How often do we overlook the small things? How often do we think it's just a little gossip? Or, what's the big deal about hygiene? But this story tells us that even the small actions have massive consequences in the hereafter. This story teaches us two vital lessons. 1. Purity is non-negotiable. The first person's punishment was for something we might see as minor negligence in hygiene. But in Islam, cleanliness is half of faith. Neglecting it shows carelessness toward Allah's commands. 2. Words can destroy. The second person suffered for spreading namima. Gossip, slander, and stirring up conflict are not just harmful. They're poison. They ruin relationships, tarnish reputations, and corrupt hearts. How many times have we casually passed on a rumor without thinking about the damage it could cause? 3. The Prophet's compassion. Even though these individuals were facing punishment, the Prophet, peace be upon him, still sought mercy for them. By placing the green branches, he hoped to ease their suffering. This act shows the depth of his compassion and the importance of seeking mercy for others. The warning for us: this story isn't just about the people in the grave, it's about us. Every day, we are writing our own story. What will be said about us when we're gone? Will our deeds bring us peace, or will they bring us punishment? Ask yourself, are you careful about purity in your daily life? Do you guard your tongue, or do you let gossip slip out without thought? Are you actively seeking Allah's mercy, or are you assuming you have time? Be vigilant about personal hygiene, especially when it comes to preparing for prayer. Use your words to spread positivity, kindness, and truth, rather than division or harm. Always ask Allah for forgiveness and mercy, and pray for others, even those who may have wronged you. Brothers and sisters, this story is not just a warning, it's a lifeline. Let's wake up, let's take control of our actions and our words before it's too late. Remember, the grave is not the end, it's the beginning of our eternal reality. If this message has stirred something within you, share it with others. Let's remind ourselves and those we love to be better, to do better, and to seek Allah's forgiveness before it's too late. May Allah protect us from the punishment of the grave and guide us